Hi guys, this is Bill from Spencer1984.com with an update about what's on the bench. I'm leaving the Blonde Comet Racer to gas out for another week before I do any more work on it, so this week I focused almost entirely on the Dirty Mary Crazy Larry Charger. I got the interior finished up, deleted the headrests, converted the center to an automatic shifter, used the steering wheel from a AMT 1970 Coronet, and just cleaned up what else was there. And not a whole lot of work, and Revell's Charger is a nice kit. Went together with very little effort. I also got the chassis finished. I did do the correction to the rear axle, bringing that forward from where it was so that the wheelbase is shortened properly. And I prepped the front so that that'll have the correct ride height instead of sitting too high. That's ready to go. I've got the engine just about finished. I still need to add wiring and plumbing, but the painting and the bulk of it is all finished. I used the transmission from Morgan Automotive Detail, and that's a very nice two-piece resin. The transmission pan is separate. Just a little cleanup, and otherwise it mates perfectly to this engine. I did have to do some work on the decal for the air cleaner, because Revell provides it as a single flat piece and that won't fit. So what I did was I ended up doing a couple of wedge cuts on it and punching out the center. And then for the middle of it, I painted that with Colors by Boyd Sunburst, which is pretty close to the color of the rest of the decal. That's that. And then last thing is painted the body. And I used Scale Finishes Citron Yellow, which does have the correct green-yellow tint to it, and it went on very nicely. I used their paints for my Eleanor build a while ago, and I've got a few more of theirs to use in the future. Been very happy with it so far. I sanded off the final top, left the sail trim in place, and deepened the panel lines for the doors and trunk lid. I'm going to give this a few days, then I'm going to polish out the little bits of dust that managed to get in it. I'll give that a gloss coat and decal it. I also got a couple new items in the mail. The first of those is the 1964 Ford Galaxie Nascar version from Model House. It contains the chassis with all the exhaust and the promo details taken out of it, and the interior bucket with a single seat, the door panels and rear seat area cleaned up, a steering wheel with the grip around the edge, the racing bucket, and a revised dashboard with a simple NASCAR gauge cluster in it. Very nice work as always. Model House is kind of the gold standard for resin kits, and there's a good reason for it. A couple items from Jimmy Flintstone. The first of those is the Dodge A100 van. And we're turning this into the Mystery Machine, or more accurately, Misery Machine, the fan art that's been going around the internet for a few years now. Thought that was a pretty cool piece and thought that would be fun to build to go with my Polar Lights Mystery Machine. We got the Caprice Sedan Delivery Phantom, which I'm going to be turning into a Batmobile. Thought the roofline was perfect. It's very similar to the old 1950s Batmobile, so I'm going to be adding the single roof into it, bat mask on the front, and otherwise just building it more or less with Revell's Impala SS kit. And then last but not least, I got their 1970 El Camino, and this I think is the first full kit that I've actually gotten from Jimmy Flintstone. Usually I just get their bodies, and it's not bad. Definitely needs some cleanup. It's got a lot of areas that have some material that need to be removed, but the casting itself actually looks pretty clean. The door panels all look nice and straight. The tailgate has a nice clean break on it. The bed has some decent rib detailing in it. and that kit comes with the correct El Camino bumper, an SS grill, headlights, and the bits to finish off the bed and rear bumper. It also comes with some photo etch El Camino and SS 454 scripts, which are really nicely done. So that's a pretty decent kit. And that one's going to be pretty much box stock. I'll be doing it black with the white skunk stripes on it, and that should be pretty cool. And the last thing is I found this on eBay, and Revell was doing a lot of cross licensing with toy manufacturers back in the 80s, and Monogram had done the animal kits, which I built one of and was very happy with. I've got a couple more of those to do in the future. Found out about these and wanted to take a look, so I found this one, and it was still sealed. They actually do give you Stomper tires. Got the Stomper 4x4 on the sidewall, and they're actually vinyl tires. The box art made it look like they were kind of crummy, hard plastic, but these are actually pretty decent. Otherwise, it's a fairly standard Revell Jeep kit. It's molded in turquoise, which I think is a first. I don't recall ever having seen that before. But the casting is pretty clean, and it's a standard item. It does have some nice deep wheels to go with the Stompers. It's got the separate top. And the rest of the kit is all molded in black. Not a whole lot of detail to it, but I think it'll work nicely for what it is. And this is another one that I'm just going to be doing box stock. I'm not going to be super detailing it or customizing it into anything other than what it is. It does come with decals. They look a little worse for wear over the years, so I might have to redo those, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So that's it for this week. Check back next week when I should have an update on the Dirty Mary Crazy Larry Charger, hopefully another update on the Blonde Comet Racer, and might have another couple of items showing up. Thanks for watching.